Oh, I really like that. You are listening to the AZ12 podcast. Hello, Jason Shear. Hello, how are you doing, my friend?
Splendid, Michael. My voice is slowly making its way back.
It still sounds like crap. Let's not kid ourselves. Rick Barron's, the great Rick Barron's. Yes, we are somewhere else now. Also, everybody in there, leave a like if you would. I do a very bad job of telling everybody that. Okay, now. We have got a lot to get to this show. We are going to talk about Caleb Love. We are going to talk about Sheer being wrong on basically everybody on the team. We are going to talk about a recruit that Arizona needs to get. Actually, me being wrong. And we have a very, very big announcement here. We are very close, if we're not already there, to another hashtag My Bad movement. We are getting very, very close to this. All right. One thing that I didn't want to have to address the third show in, but I'm going to do this one last time because I don't want to have to do this because this is ridiculous. Okay. Obviously, I left PHNX. This was an Espo decision. Greg Esposito, GM of PHNX. This was not a Kevin decision. This was not a Damon decision. This was nobody else. This was Espo. Espo owes it to these guys to go on there and say, yes, that was me that made that decision. Nobody else. These guys are catching a lot of unfair flack for absolutely no reason. Now, listen, I'm never going to watch PHNX, but these are really, really good guys, though. And he owes that to not sit behind and let these guys take arrows. You need to go on there and you need to address it. It's been a week and a half. This isn't fair to these guys whatsoever. There it is. Espo is the one that made this call, nobody else. And that's totally his right as a GM, but don't blame these guys. They're catching a lot of unnecessary flack, and step up and, I guess, stand by it. That's it. All right. Now, let's get to some Arizona basketball here. Let's get
That was sexy.
I thought that was pretty good.
That was a little sexy, gonna be honest.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good actually. Okay, now let's talk about the Arizona men's basketball team. Oh, by the way, the women are playing. There is your shout out Sue Alexander.
Women's basketball.
Yep. Okay, now let's talk about Caleb Love. We have been very clear about this from day one that if Arizona, how do I put this? If Arizona is going to be good, Caleb Love has to be that dude. Caleb Love has to be the guy that is an All-American. We've seen it last year. And you know what I really like about what I'm seeing right now is I like Caleb Love getting into the lane. Caleb Love, Brad Allis, your good pal Brad Allis, Shelby Shear's good pal Brad Allis made a good point I'm going to give you in a second. But we need this Caleb Love.
It's real simple. The ceiling of this team is just so much higher when Caleb Love is aggressive. I believe this is the best 3-game stretch of his career,
right?
In terms of points. I mean, he's absolutely killing it the last 3 games. Last night was about as good as I've ever seen him play. When he plays like this, obviously he's not going 33, 7 and 7 every game, but when he plays like this, Arizona is potentially elite on offense. Like last night, it was elite on offense.
And how long have we been talking about this? Yes, my bad. We'll get into the my bads in a minute. But how long have we been talking about this, though? And I've always felt this. This guy, when he's actually, and people don't want to hear this, he's actually a fairly apt passer. He's not a bad passer. When he gets into the lane, he can do the wraparound. He can dish out. He can finish. He really is just, you neuter yourself for no reason. And that's what I don't get.
You know what I like last night, too? He had a couple plays where he passed up the 3, went to the baseline and hit a jumper, which he's very good at. Like we've been saying it, like that's a part of his game. Like he can do that. And it's been frustrating where there's games where he just super relies on the 3, and he's so much more talented than that. And I love the way he played yesterday. They're going to need him. Cincinnati's a really good defensive team. They're going to need him again on Saturday.
Yes, they're going to need him again on Saturday, and that's what you sign up for, though. This is an All-American. Now, again, he's not going to have a great nights all the time, but at the how do I put this? It just Caleb Love, just continue to do what you're doing, because that's the Caleb Love that we like. And I know Caleb Love is a lightning rod, but I can always, like I said, I'm going to keep, anytime I say something smart, I'm going to keep saying it. I can deal with the 3 for 16s if I'm going to get games like that. I just can't deal with the 2 for 9s where he's just moping around. No. I can't have any of that, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I said yesterday. If he's going to shoot 40% from the field, I'd rather him shoot 40% from the field, putting up 20 shots than going,
Right.
4 for 9 or whatever it is. And it's just like, you mentioned Caleb Love being a lightning rod. If we were to discuss the problems on this team right now,
Right.
Caleb Love wouldn't be in the top 10.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Honestly, he wouldn't. And he's had 3 really, really good games. By the way, very good comments here. Nick Arenas, the great Nick Arenas. To me, the handoff to Love or Lewis on the fast break was a great sign of unselfishness. He normally takes that himself. Totally agree. I thought that at the time as well, and I forgot to bring it up. But a very good point, though. It just when Caleb Love and your good pal Brad Ellis, who has definitely helped Shelby Shear out in the past, made an interesting point. Caleb Love, when he starts out unselfish, almost leads himself into being better being selfish. When he gets like I said, when he gets to the bucket, when he dishes out, because then he really starts getting into the rhythm and he can start taking some of those threes that it's not just like, oh gosh, we just started the game and you just shot a 48-footer. It's, when he's playing with that, you just know it when you see it.
Well, he's like a lot of scores. It's all rhythm, right? And you could pretty much tell early on what Caleb Love you're going to get. But when he gets a couple easy baskets and he's passing the ball well early in the game, you know that he's in there. Like, we knew almost right away last night that he was going to have a good game, right?
Right.
And we'll know on Saturday pretty much right away. If he's aggressive, if he's looking for a shot, if he hits the first couple, you're going to get the good Caleb Love.
So people are saying that you sound like Sean Miller after
I do.
walk.
Shelby's been telling me that the last few days.
That's a good Shelby. Where is Shelby? Is she right there?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yes. All right. Yeah. Hello,
She is.
Shelby. Hello. So Shelby heard the Brad Ellis shout out.
Yeah, she threw up her middle finger at you. She's not happy with you.
All right, I'll deal with it. Okay, Meisner, the great Meisner. Ball movement and pace were great last night. Again, yes, so true. Sheer, I think it was 28 assists on 33 buckets. That's good. And that's really, like, people on the board all the time would always say, they're like, oh, what is Tommy Lloyd's identity? When Arizona is cooking, that is Tommy Lloyd's identity. That is free-flowing, move the ball, make the game easier for other people. That's what he does.
Look, man, I think that was very clearly the best offensive ball movement, half-court offense of the season so far. That was just I think that people get carried away with certain aspects of the game. TCU's defense, like Dixon said it, their defense had been elite up until last night. Like, they were 19th in the country in KenPom. Their defense was really, really good. And Arizona got whatever it wanted, whenever it wanted, against everything. Right. And so when that ball movement, when that ball's moving like it did yesterday, Arizona's offense is always going to be very good. And people are like, oh, what is Tommy Lloyd running on offense and all that? That's what they're running on offense. He wants that ball to move around.
Yes. All right. Now. Super snap. All right. Let's see here. Matthew Bothwell, the great Matthew Bothwell. Good buddy. Very good guy. Make sure to hit that like button. If you're a new subscriber, like button as well. Let's grow this AZ12 podcast. Yes, sir. Matthew Bothwell, the man. Also, Sheer, I think here's what we need to also have happen. People, you need to be watching this thing on a loop, because the goal is by Thursday to start getting super snaps, and super snaps. Nice. We will hopefully get super snaps. But there is that. Now, Henri Vesar. I've gone back
for me. Big dub for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's moving on. Yeah. But we are at the point now where Dennis Walsh. Wop. And for a Vancouver Cat on the board, I'm not saying walk. I'm saying wop. Yeah, walk. Yeah, it's like, it's not. There's a restaurant right across Speedway. It's called Walk Grill. Have you ever been there?
I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't been there either. It looks a little too healthy for me. But Henri Vesar, are we at the point? Are we there where we need to do the hashtag My Bad Henri movement? Now, again, we need to be very clear about this. If there is a my bad, there's no turning back once the apology has been made. Keep in mind, last year, a lot of putzes were trying to get me to say, after like Boswell had one good game, and I said I stood strong and I came out looking like a victor and all of that. But here's the thing: when I do the my bad hashtag movement, it's in. No matter what happens in the future, I have admitted defeat. Should we do the my bad? Is it time?
I'm not there yet.
I'm
That's
not there
what
yet either. I need a little bit more.
Look, let me see what happens these next 2 games on the road. If he plays well, give me 1 game. One
Right.
game. If he plays well on Saturday, I'm in. Saturday after the show, we'll do the movement. I need
but
one more game against
one more game. Okay, now Twin Mama, where is she in here? She said that her husband was in awe of Henry Vasar. You better keep an eye on your husband there.
Hey, now.
Yeah, exactly. And like we always talk about too, Henry is winning off the court. Henry is doing very good for himself. If I were Henry, I would never leave. Okay, I would try to get like one of those like 8 years of eligibility things that like Cam Rising is getting. Okay, now, Mike and Skier. You know, by the way, Sheer, the amount of people that call you Skier now is so awesome. Like,
so it's the real legacy of Dave Hickey, not the other stuff. This is
it, and we very much appreciate that. Yes, Rick Barons.
He's dating. I think it's public knowledge. He's dating Jasmine from the softball team.
Yeah, no, he's doing a very good job for himself. He is a very good job. All right, yes, Twin Mama said, "Oh, you're calling Henry a stud." All right, but if Henry does it against Cincinnati, then I think we are at the point where, all right, Henry, yes.
Cincinnati's really good defensively. If he can do this again, boom, my Bad Henry movement.
It's in full effect, and hopefully there's no there's no going otherwise. She graduated, by the way.
She's a GA. They hired her for softball.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, come on,
Kobe. Yeah, Kobe, you're supposed to have the insight on all of this stuff.
Come on.
Okay.
Softball expert over here.
All right, now there are a couple things that I can't see anymore, and I can't unsee it, so I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see Townsend and Awaka together at the same time. Here's where I'm at, and I think you'll agree with me. Awaka can do one thing very, very well. He can rebound. He can. He's a good rebounder.
Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, last night he wasn't, but most of the time.
Right, but overall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Townsend.
What does he do? We're going back. I say this, and it sounds mean sometimes, but what does he do?
Yeah, and that's to me the problem is I want to be able to sit there because here's it's not even so much what he does, or actually it is what he does. He's kind of destructive. He like that dribbling into every time he dribbles the ball more than twice, it's gone every single time. And I guess my problem is he doesn't try to rebound. He just stands there. Like no. Like
What does he do? He doesn't score against good teams. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't defend. He's not a good passer. What does he do?
Yeah, and like Matthew Bothwell said, he's a turnover machine. Now, I do have a question, though. How in the world, and I get it, that at some point somebody's got to score points. I get that. How did this guy drop like 31 and 13 on Final 14? Joking, RBS aside, because he doesn't look like he's even capable of doing that.
I think they designed the whole offense around him and God, who's the shooter that never missed? You know what I'm talking about. They have two good players. It was him and
like
shooter.
Jake Gulwaki or whatever his name is.
Yeah. And so like I guess Arizona should build the offense around Trey Townsend.
Yeah, can you imagine if he came out in the presser and he says, "We're very happy with how Caleb Love is performing," but guess what?
Mike, this is what the worry was. Same with ADO. Same with, I always say it. I'm always worried what happens, and it's different than football. Not a lot different, but it's different than football. There is a very large gap between playing the Campbells and all that every single game, and then coming up to Arizona and you are in a gauntlet. It's just not the same.
Well, you were also against adding TJ McConnell because he was at Duquesne. So, I mean, really. I know, I just made that up. No. Okay, Golke. Yes, exactly. Now, Joseph, who is still taking his L's on Jeremiah Patterson, by the way. We got 2 more years to slap you around with Jeremiah Patterson. I tried warning Mike about Townsend, and he kept thumping, but the tourney. Correct.
Yeah, no, that's right. You were a big trade. You said, in fact, Mike, I believe that you said Trey Townsend would lead Arizona in assists.
No. I said he'd be second. Be very clear. Be very
what
clear.
What is he right now?
I said he'd be. I don't know. I don't even think he has an assist. But no.
If you're right, you could be right.
Trey Townsend, though. Yes, Joseph. Be nice.
He's averaging 1.5 assists a game.
That's 1.5 more than I thought he's had all season, to be honest with you. Now, we know somebody that believes that Tobe Waka is going to be a first-round pick. I disagree with this person. You do. He's just a fan. He's just a fan.
I think the biggest thing was we were led to believe by multiple people that there was more of an offensive game there, that Rick Barnes held him back offensively.
Yeah.
That is very clearly not the truth. There's no offensive game there.
Yes, exactly. Yes, there is no offensive game, but he's a little bit better finisher around the hoop, though. I will say, then again, he's not a great finisher by any means, but he's a little bit better finisher around the hoop than Townsend. I just know that he can do some things okay or pretty well. I just don't know what Townsend does well.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm somewhat cool with Awaka because at least he rebounds and he could score around the basket. I don't need that. He had that fadeaway jumper yesterday, and it's like, what are we doing here? But
hey,
Townsend,
yeah, the fadeaway jumper was fan. And it almost went in though.
It almost went in, but it's like it was like from a post up over the left shoulder. It's like what's going on?
Yes.
Townsend, I don't know. I don't know what he does.
Yes. That was another. All right. So I will take. Hey, can we have a negative my bad movement? My bad Trey Townsend for thinking he was good.
My good. We just called my good. My good Trey Townsend.
My good Trey Townsend. No, I think my bad Trey Townsend. And then the hashtag is because I thought you were good.
Yeah. You're bad. Okay. You're bad, Trey Townsend.
All right. One thing though, and there was a person on there that was much, much smarter than me. Oh, everybody out there that's trying to get me, to apologize and stuff for everything. Cope, rent free,
bet.
What's the other term? You don't know ball. And what's the other one? Oh, glazing as well. Glazing. So there's there. All right. Now, the best lineup, in my opinion, a lot of different times is Henry Vasar. Not my bad Henry yet. Very, very close. My bad Henry. Oh, by the way, the lovely Shelby Shear is in here. Henry. I almost said Henry Shear. Henry Shear. Henry Vasar. And then Carter Bryant, and if I almost said if Kobe Field, if KJ Lewis is playing well, KJ Lewis, Caleb Love, and then Jaden Bradley. That's the five.
That last night, that was very clearly the five. Very clearly the best five on the court. It also has the highest defensive ceiling with the length and athleticism of Bryant and Henry. That last night was and look, it may not be the best lineup all the time. But last night, it was very clearly the best lineup because whenever they changed it, TCU went on a run.
Right. And that's just kind of where Cap is another one. Cap's a great one. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about that lineup, though. Carter Bryant, your good pal, William Brad Alice, and made an interesting point about Carter that I thought was Carter looks like the type of player that three-point shot, when he really gets comfortable with it, I think if he's back next year, there's going to be some games where he just goes off. You could just see it. Now, again, I think he should come back for a second year, obviously, because he's not. And again, I get that it doesn't matter if you're ready, but you also worry about just being.
I think you should come back for a third and a fourth year too.
God, I think he should actually redshirt year, maybe redshirt year, and then come back. Right. But you can tell, man, that shot is good, and that shot is going to be a problem.
Well, the biggest issue for opposing teams is that he's 6'8" with that shot. You're not blocking that shot. Once he learns how to get space a little bit better, and he'll get there. That shot's unstoppable. It's just a matter of whether or not it goes in. Like he can get that shot off whenever he wants, and he had that shot last night, that three, which looked like he was guarded, but just drained it. And the confidence, you could tell the Carter Bryant that went in game one or whatever he first got in the game to now. That confidence is just way different.
Well, yeah, exactly. Maybe because you're not. That was still one of Tommy Lloyd's oddest remarks. And I kind of get what he was saying, but it still cracked me up a little bit. Where he goes, we had to bench Carter because his confidence isn't there, and you have to have confidence out there. So you clearly benched the guy. Then I get what he was saying. It was just funny.
Tommy Lloyd is a very big swagger coach. Like if you're not walking around with the swag and playing out there with confidence, he will not play you.
That's crap. You're wrong. Kylan Boswell.
Well, Kylan Boswell is the exception to everything. Everything that Tommy wants, Kylan Boswell is the exception. I can't believe Arizona is going to play Illinois in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, I know it's gonna be great too, and then I get to deal with those people. But whatever. Yes. Townsend has no swag. Yes. Townsend has no swag, and he doesn't play hard.
And he didn't play last night. People don't realize that last night Carter played more than Toby and Townsend.
How many minutes did Toby Townsend? How many minutes did
16 for Townsend?
Right.
That's nothing. I mean, it's probably 14 more than he should have, but 16's nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Arizona's making the tournament.
Wildcat Fanalytics. By the way, you need to follow them. Udifo and D'Artagnan. Very good work. I steal much of their stuff and I give them no credit. Follow them, though. Follow them. And ADO, that's what I also like, though. And Orlando Antigua is the epitome is the pinnacle of swag. Yes, this is true. But that's what one of the things I really want from Tommy Lloyd is his maturation as a coach is no more promised minutes. If a guy isn't playing well, don't play him. And I was worried that we were going to get into that with Townsend, where it was, no matter what, got to play him 30 minutes. No, you don't have to play him 30 minutes.
And I was proud of Tommy last night, too. ADO only played 11 minutes. ADO was awful.
You hate ADO.
I can't stand him as a player. He's just not. I'm sure he's a great kid and all that. Right. So I always like to differentiate. You make fun of me because people take it the wrong way. Just as nothing. Like last night, he played 11 minutes. He played 4 in the second half. His defensive effort was insanely bad last night.
Yeah, but the thing about him though is that he does have a role. How about that? But the role very quickly.
Right. Here's the thing. If he's making threes, I'm cool with playing him. Like if he makes his first couple, if he takes that 3 in transition like he did last night, where it's a terrible shot, it led right to a TCU bucket. I don't think he played the rest of the game. Yeah, there's no need to play him the rest of the game.
Also, yeah,
he's so bad on defense, Mike.
Kobe L. Thiel though has Kobe L. Thiel. Can you pull this one up from Kobe L. Thiel? He says I like ADO. Who cares if he can't defend? Nobody on the perimeter does anyway. That is a fair point, Sheer. TCU is one of the worst shooting teams in the country. They shot like 43% from 3 yesterday.
But it wasn't even perimeter. Like he just cannot defend.
Well, have him play off. Everybody else plays off.
It's just I get what you're trying.
You hate ADO.
My comparison is perfect. He is a tall Kerr Kriisa, although Kerr was a better passer.
Yeah, but Kerr also brought a lot of problems that ADO doesn't bring though as well.
How do you know? That dude was pouting on the court yesterday. Everyone saw it. What? Look at the comments. Yeah. They zoomed into ADO and he was pouting.
Who said that?
Watch. People are going to agree with me here any minute.
No, people don't agree with him. Hey, even if you agree with him, don't post it. I will say that.
Dude, he's a taller Kerr Kriisa, except Kerr was a better passer.
I don't see the program being satisfying to root for until the cultural roots itself in defense. I agree with that, man. Again, I like Tommy. I get beat up a lot for liking Tommy. It's hard I can't believe I like a coach that's won like 84% of his games. But, the defense, whatever it is, 3-point defense, and you can't say it's just this year, it's previous years as well. That's just not a priority.
Yeah, you're right. And Cincinnati, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but they got a European guard.
Oh, he'll go off.
Who has been cold lately, but before that he was hitting threes at a high level.
Yeah, we won't
hit about 7 on Saturday.
Yeah, 535 says ADO is not good. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, he's not. He's just not.
Well, dude, he averaged.
By the way, he's probably going to drop like 12 points on 4 threes on Saturday.
He has had a few of those games, though, dude.
Right.
He has.
He'll let up 18, and you won't even pay attention to
that. Correct. Also, Emmanuel Steven, if you're going to redshirt or take the red shirt off, play him.
You couldn't play him last night.
Well, then redshirt him.
I see what you're saying, but you couldn't play him last night.
How
are you going to play him? The dude would have fouled out in 2 minutes.
But I don't know that.
You at 80. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
He should play Saturday. I think Saturday is actually a good game for him.
All right, I'm just saying though, if you're going to take him out of the red shirt, then don't.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Now
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I hope they didn't burn his red shirt for 4 minutes in one game.
Yeah, because that would be absolutely ridiculous. Now, Adam
Yes.
Parker says confirmed ADO will score 18 points
And
Saturday.
let up 24.
Listen, there's been some he's starting for a reason, my friend. He's starting for a reason.
Yeah, that should. Yeah, can we talk about that? Everyone flips out about who starts. Do you care who starts?
Not really, unless it's a really bad player.
Yeah, like I'm cool with Arizona's starting lineup as long as the minutes for those guys are what.
Oh no, I'm going to disagree with myself there. Disagree.
You want Carter to start?
I understand not starting Carter, but I have to have Henry starting. At this, I'm giving away just too much. The difference between Henry and Trey Townsend or whoever it is immense. And
it would be a
Waka.
What's that? It would be a Waka.
I like a Waka more than Townsend, though.
Right, but I'm saying, but Henry's not a 4, and Waka's not a 4. So,
but Townsend's not a 4. Townsend does nothing. If you're
starting Henry, you're not starting him next to a Waka.
Well, but here's the thing, though. What does Townsend do offensively more than 4 feet away from the basket?
What does Townsend do? And then you end the sentence right there.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't care who starts as long as the minutes. I care who finishes. I care who's in the game during the big runs and all that. Who starts doesn't bother me. If someone starts, if ADO starts and at the first immediate timeout, KJ Lewis comes in, I don't care who started.
Oh, by the way, Roy Samuelson, can we start Murph as point guard? Interesting. Murph was getting feisty yesterday. I was watching the game. Murph was getting feisty. We like feisty Murph
I like
on
it.
This show.
They need that.
Yes, they do. Exactly. All right, Torin, what is ADO is like a bad quarterback who has the same amount of interceptions as touchdowns. It's a wash. But that's also better than having somebody that throws more interceptions than touchdowns.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Because
there's some guys on the team that are throwing more interceptions than touchdowns.
Yes.
So you would rather have the 50-50 guy, would you not?
Than who?
Trey Townsend.
I think the minutes yesterday were fine. ADO 11 minutes, Townsend 16 minutes, KJ Lewis 30 minutes. I'm cool.
All right, now KJ Lewis, he's the Jeff Sims of college basketball.
Wow,
that's a low blow. By the way, Jeff Sims, everybody, has another year of eligibility at ASU.
Look, maybe Arizona needs a backup.
Yeah, Arizona's already got their backup. All right, KJ Lewis, again, this is going to be somebody that's going to be huge for going forward. Another guy, I have a 3 dribble limit for him. Period. I got a 3 dribble limit for him. I also don't like one of the things that I don't know why Tommy did that. Tommy went with an atrocious lineup at some point during the first half.
Yeah, that was bad.
Wasn't it like, and off the top of my head, wasn't it like Conrad, ADO, Awaka, and it was like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah. There was a one line, and then TCU came right back and like almost tied the game. It was horrible.
Yeah, I can't have that. I can't have that at all. Let's see. And Rick Trimmer, the great Rick Trimmer. KJ was dishing dimes last night, man. That's what I like, though. KJ, here's the thing. I actually believe that KJ is a smart basketball player when he is playing to his strengths. We saw it last year, and Benwin White always made this point that his hands were always, like if there's a ball handler coming down the lane, he was always in there. Like he was always able to do something like that. And that's a knack. That's something that that's a skill you either have or you don't have. That generally comes to instinct and intelligence. When he plays within himself, he's a pretty smart basketball player.
I thought KJ was great last night. The 8 assists, and a lot of the assists were taking the ball inside with his athleticism and his strength. TCU was collapsing on him, and he did a great job of passing it. Mm-hmm. And he's capable of doing that every single game. He doesn't need to shoot threes. I don't care if he shoots 1 or 2, whatever. But when he takes the ball inside, he's going to draw a defense. He's good there. Yes. And that's something that he needs to do on a more consistent basis because he can average 3-4 assists a game on that alone.
Yes, he can, and that I think is the part. That's what we need to see, though. We need to see more of that because when he's, like I said, when he's playing to his strengths, he's good. By the way, everybody, hit the like button. Did you know that we got like 600? I think we got like 600 likes on the show yesterday.
No, nice. We need more.
We need more. Yeah. We need that GIF. More.
Ernest Uday on TCU. Do you know who that is, Mike?
As you called him Ernest. That's what you called him yesterday. That was so stupid.
Big Ernie. He had a thing where on the post-game presser I loved. He goes, I'm really big on not doing things that I can't really do. And then he's
I
like,
like
in
that.
other words, like, I'm a really good rebounder. Coach asked me to be a really good rebounder. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit there and shoot threes. It was
Yes.
so refreshing to hear a college player say that. Like, I'm really big on not doing things that I'm not capable of doing. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I like it.
Thank you so much.
That is literally my entire life. I can't do anything well, so I just basically stay in this guest bedroom the entire time because if I go out, then I'm gonna be exposed, and nobody wants to see Mike Luke exposed. That's for sure. But all right, now moving forward, we got Cincinnati. That is a that is a. Oh, by the way, there Wilbur Wildcat. Have you seen these clips he's doing of my best
they're
ADHD?
big. They're awesome.
Yeah, so Wilbur Wildcat is doing this thing of my best ADHD moments on the show, and I actually very, very much like him. There was one with the dog or William Brad Alice's cat that I thought was a dog. Or
Yeah,
a dog
that was good.
Yeah, that one.
Shelby showed me a video. Have you seen this video? It's a guy with ADHD where he's watching Star Wars, and then he's doing math. And when he's watching Star Wars, he's sitting still. And when he's doing math, he's like spitting in his chair and losing his mind.
Oh, I could totally relate to that.
Yeah, I thought of you right away.
I could totally relate to that.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Can I get money? Can I get money for this somehow?
For what?
ADHD?
No.
I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can apply for. I should be able to apply for something and get it. Maybe I can.
Disability.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, going back to Arizona basketball, 180 lives, by the way, 180 lives, Big 12 Bobby. Yes. Now listen, Big 12 Bobby. Jason needs to write a book about the inside info from the Miller era. The problem though is that Jason will gloss over everything though.
I would actually say, Mike, that if I wrote a book, I think there would be more dirt or inside info. Shelby, maybe you disagree with this, from the Lute Olson era.
Yeah.
By far,
Yeah,
because there were no rules back then.
Well, right, and plus Lute was kind of out of his mind at that point as well.
Yeah, it was just different. Like the NCAA didn't care about anything.
Well,
like,
they cared about you.
We used to go up to players and be like, "Do you want to commit right now?" And be like, "Sure," and we'd go outside and do a commitment video.
Oh, by the way, yes. Also, you almost brought the entire program down.
Yeah, but it was worth it, man. That was a fun tournament.
Yeah, but you almost brought it down, though. You almost brought it down. You and that story guy or whatever his name was.
That wasn't me.
Oh, look at AZ Wildcat, the fans remark. I will not read that remark. That is a terrible remark. I will not read that. My mom got on me yesterday about that.
By the way, your mom followed me on Twitter, which means that she unfollowed me at one point. Yeah, after the show, I want you to talk to her about this.
Yeah, no, I will confront her because she's a big Jason Scheer fan.
I know.
I don't.
I was caught off guard yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not good. Well, mom. All right. Follow AZ Jan CR for absolutely no information. Yeah. But yes. Okay. Now moving forward to Cincinnati. This is just how, if Arizona can beat Cincinnati, what do you think that point spread is going to be?
I think Cincinnati's favored.
Oh no, they will for sure. They'll be favored. One? Yeah, but here's the thing though, Arizona right now is in first place in the Big 12.
Yeah, undefeated.
Undefeated in the Big 12. So you've already got that. Arizona.
This is a big game.
It is a big game because you start to get a little. Arizona has no margin for error, so I don't want to sit here and say that, but. You start to get a little bit. You're 2-0 at the time. Yes. Oh, Janet. Janet's in here. Janet confronting you, Scheer.
It happened. Scheer. I'm telling you, I got a notification that said that Janet had followed me. Maybe it was a glitch. I'm just saying, you only get those new follows. Since it is going to be, we saw last night, Iowa State had trouble winning at Colorado. Right. It was not an easy game for them. There will be no easy road games. If Arizona can go to Cincinnati on an early game on a Saturday afternoon and win, that's a big win, especially because Cincinnati's coming off a loss. Yeah. They're going to be focused on all that. That's a big win for Arizona. That should be celebrated.
Who's their coach? Wes Miller? I like Wes Miller.
Yeah, good coach.
You didn't like Wes Miller, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I'm not for Arizona.
You just said he's a good coach.
He is a good coach, but it was when we were talking about Arizona's vacancy.
Oh, okay. Well,
guys that I think are a good coach that I wouldn't hire at Arizona.
Yeah, like KO. Grayson Vanderland said Cincy is going to be pissed when they play. Yeah, I know.
I don't think Cincinnati's that good either. I think Cincinnati's pretty much TCU. Good defense, pretty bad offensively. The only difference is you're going on the road. Arizona should win this game. I'm just going to say it.
All right. Look at Janet Luke. She's blaming Ted Wardo, who is not there to defend himself.
Wow.
Yes, I would have never unfollowed you. Hey, you want to know something about my mom, though, in technology that always makes me feel really good, even though Mom didn't realize for the longest time that she had her red receipts on her text messages. So when she would say she didn't get the text or something, and I would say, it already said it was red. Mother. Okay. Oh,
PJ Van Martyr, I'm going to ask right now. That's actually a good question.
Let's see here. On the East Coast, is Arizona staying on the East Coast? They would have to be, wouldn't they?
What day is the West Virginia game?
Like
a Tuesday, right?
It's after the Cincinnati game.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
this is why we pay you the big bucks. So it's the Cincinnati game is on a Saturday. West Virginia's on a Tuesday. Yeah, they're not flying back. There's no way.
Yeah, that would be very, very silly for them. Okay, now Electron Vibes says under 10 turnovers was encouraging. Yes, but the problem with this and what drives me up a wall is all their turnovers are pick sixes the other way.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like 25 points off like 6
It
turnovers?
was a crazy stat. TCU at one point had 15 points off 6 turnovers. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's bad. It's bad. Also, Sheer, by the way, Hal. We went over this in the post game. Pronounce this name for everybody listening. Jalikakik.
Hal Jalikakik.
No, it's not that. Hal put it in there again because I can't remember it. I don't want to bad. But again, it is not quite that. It's like
Jalikakik.
There's more of a K influence in there as well. So either way, check that out. All right, now
LJ.
I like Hal J. Hal J is a great name. Hal J sounds like an R&B singer from the 80s. Yeah, and now we got Hal J coming on the stage.
Trey Townsend equals Sam Olsen.
Boom.
Jaw like a kick.
Yep.
I just said that.
No, you didn't. Jaw like a kick. You didn't say that. Hal J like a kick.
Met your girl in the club like a kick.
Yo, by the way, Hal J, though, it totally is opened up for like the Temptations or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Now we have Hal J stage right. Okay.
Joseph, Kansas is going to beat the absolute crap out of West Virginia. It's going to be ugly.
Yes.
By the way, West Virginia's missing probably Hansberry and DeVries. They're 100% going to be back for Arizona, right?
I would assume. And plus, it doesn't really matter, though, too, because we won't defend. It doesn't matter. We won't defend.
Well, DeVries isn't playing. That matters.
Well, no, I'm saying with DeVries. With DeVries is interesting though because he's the guy that made like 9 of 10 threes, and guess what we decided to do in the second half? Not defend to him. So that was an issue as well. But no, I like that though. Trey Townsend is Sam Olsen.
It's not bad.
The only thing that I would disagree with is that Sam Olsen doesn't like drop pat. Well, no, he does drop pat. He just doesn't. Yeah, no, I stopped myself. There.
Neither of them defend.
Yeah.
Neither of
yes,
them,
neither one of them defend. Yes.
Neither of them catch the ball in traffic.
Yes.
I like
neither one of them. One of them is allowed to get open. The other one can't get open. I mean, it's not a bad.
We're being very mean right now.
It's not a bad comparison. Did you want to talk any Arizona basketball recruiting? Because I want to talk about Dwayne Aristod, and I don't believe. Listen, you got slapped around a little bit, not me. You got slapped around a little bit because we're not talking about him as much.
No, we need. I mentioned this on the show yesterday that like recruiting is always about what's next. Like Koa Pete could commit today, and then by the end of the day, someone would be like, okay, what's next?
Right.
It's football and basketball recruiting. Dwayne Aristod is a guy that he measured in at like 6'8", 6'10" and a half wingspan. He's currently 225 pounds. He shoots the crap out of it. They love him. He was on campus for the game last night.
Right. Yes, he is very, very good. He's very athletic. Now, you also are working on 24/7 for what they have done to him.
Yes, I asked someone that would know. What do we have him at? 28th?
Yeah, 28.
Not Rivals good. Has him at like 8th.
Right, not good.
I was told in between was probably where he is. Like 15th. He's probably like top 15, top 20.
Right.
I'll work on it.
All right. Fair enough, my friend. Okay. Now, anything else you want to talk about, or should we just leave it there?
No, we'll leave it there. And with Aristod, like, because he was on campus, I was talking to people close to him and all that. Like, he literally chose Arizona over Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the other school. It was Duke, and I think Michigan State was in there a little bit. But
yeah, Duke. What did they recruit?
Yeah, like Arizona legit beat a recruit for Duke, or beat Duke for a recruit. So yeah, he's a guy we're probably not talking about enough. Travis for 24/7 came out with his end of the year where the 5 stars kind of are.
Mm-hmm.
Braden Burries, he said it's weird, wide open still. Koa, he said it's ASU in Arizona. And it depends who you ask, which is true. Like, if you ask one person one day, it's Arizona. You ask them the next, it's ASU. It's going to go back and forth.
You can't lose them to ASU. No, you just can't. I don't care what happens. I don't care. There's no excuse. You can't lose them to ASU. It's that simple, that easy. There's no excuse. There's 2 kids that you can't lose. You can't lose Cohen. You can't lose Elijah Arenas. I can lose. I agree.
Wow. You can lose Elijah Arenas.
If he goes professional, yes, that's fine.
Or if you get Burries, which we both would be surprised at. But if you get Burries and you lose Elijah, it's kind of, what are you going to do?
Yes. No, fine. But I can't not have both.
You can't just straight up. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Because I don't want Conrad next year as my starting point guard.
Watch your mouth.
Yes, exactly.
Tanner Bradley would be the starting point guard.
Yeah, well, if he's back. By the way,
they would go portal.
What's that?
They would go portal.
By the way, though, with the you're trying to take a victory lap on something, and we're going to get to football here in just a second. Watch the numbers go up.
It's a dominating victory lap. If it's what I think it is.
No, it's all garbage.
Okay, which one?
New Mexico is better than Arizona, correct?
No. I thought you were going to talk about the other one.
No. We'll not. Frank Caliendo is actually very mad at me right now.
That's a big victory lap for your boy.
No, we're not getting into that right now. We are going to talk about Conrad Martinez and Philly B. That is a victory for me.
No, it's not. Philly.
By the way,
better.
No, he's not. Arizona is better than New Mexico, right? Or New Mexico is better than Arizona right now. You would agree.
Why do you say that?
Because they're 10-3 and they've actually beat good teams.
Who has New Mexico beaten?
UCLA. And they smoked UCLA. They were a smoked herring.
That was early in the season. New Mexico beat UCLA. They lost to St. John's by 14. They lost to ASU, and they just lost to New Mexico State. Get out of here with that.
No. They're still
get out of here. Philly B is
averaging 5 points per game, which is about 5 more than Conrad.
He's their 7th leading scorer.
And what's Philly B? The Conrad, the 12th?
I'm gonna look this up.
It's not
Philly B averages 4.9 points a game in 18 minutes of play. Right?
What does Conrad average?
Conrad averages 3 points a game in 8 minutes of play. Do the math. Conrad averages. Oh,
that's like the No. That's like the Jeremiah Patterson. That's like the Jeremiah Patterson thing where you say, well, if he was targeted more, he would.
Per 40, Conrad is better. Come on, apologize to me for the other player. Apologize to the people.
No, I'm not gonna. That's for another show. I don't want to get into that. I do not want to get into that.
Look, I'm not gonna get into it either. I just suggest that people go look at Boise State basketball stats. But I won't get into it.
What a jerk. Hey, but by the way, Portland Timbers both are OKGs. Hey, we're gonna have an OKG list later on in the week.
Yeah. We should get, if we're gonna do this and we're gonna argue about bad basketball players, we need to give Paulius Morauskas some credit. He is what we thought.
Yeah.
Murph nailed that. Shout out to Murph, because he told us, I don't think he would mind us saying, he thought Paulius was going to be awesome at St. Mary's.
And he said that he could see him being the conference player of the year at some point. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing we have Trey Townsend instead, though.
What's Adema Ball doing this year?
I'm
gonna look this
up. I don't know.
I'm gonna look this up.
That's a great question.
He is averaging 14 points a game on 42% shooting.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, whatever. Still think we could use him. Okay. Now Mario Mesa was asked, Elijah Arenas or Braden Burries. I'll take Elijah Arenas. And I like Braden Burries. He's very, very good. Elijah Arenas to me just feels a little bit next level, even more so than Braden Burries.
It's one of those things where it's really all about preference because they're both awesome. Braden is older. Braden is college age right now. So probably a little more physically developed.
Let me ask you this.
Stronger.
If I were to tell you right now, you got to pick one that's an NBA All-Star in 5 years, who are you
Arenas.
picking? Yes.
Yeah. But I don't care about that.
Well, if you're all right, let me ask you this. If you were going to say that one was going to be an All-American in their freshman year, Arenas or Burries?
I think both could.
Well, no, I'm asking you which one, though.
Both.
No, that's not what I asked you.
I think Arenas is more dynamic than Burries. I think Burries is probably the better point guard right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but if you already have Jaden or Braden Bradley, Jaden Bradley.
I think Arenas. Bradley fits better with Arenas than he does Burries.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%.
I would actually go as far, and I'm not saying
that's a sheer hedge of extreme
I'm not saying
proportions.
this with any background or anything. I would be a little worried about losing Bradley if Burries comes.
Well, yeah, you should, because Bradley wants to play point, or Burries wants to play point.
Burries is a point guard. Done deal. He's the point guard.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
adamant about that.
That's why you want Elijah. That's why you want Elijah Arenas, though, because you're not going to have Burries and Bradley on the team at the same time.
I'll take whoever commits between the two.
All right, we need scorers. Roy Samuelson. By the way, everybody caught you on that hedge immediately.
That's not a hedge.
That was a hedge.
What was the hedge?
Huh?
I'll take both. Why do you make me choose?
No, because because
you had to choose. Neapolitan ice cream wouldn't exist. You get all three at once. That's what I'm doing. Man, that was a good one.
That was dynamic.
Yeah,
that was like
really
Elijah Arenas in the open court.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah, selling. Okay, that was a hedge. That was a hedge. Okay. Mario
Just give me Conrad, honestly. Just give me Conrad.
Yeah, Conrad. Yeah. All right. Now, let's talk. Now, let's get back to some Arizona football, because again, we are a football school. Everybody knows that. We need to have like some kind of segue, Cody, where it just says, "And now a daily reminder that Arizona is a football school."
Yeah,
that would actually be very. That would be very funny.
Football
okay,
school.
Fisher K-Mac or K-Mac Fisher. I can't remember what his name is. This is a guy that Arizona needs. Defensive end out of UNLV, 7.5 sacks. Gilbert Mesa native, right where our friend Jacob Franklin is from. 7.5 sacks. Arizona needs to get him. Arizona needs to get him. You don't have any pass rushers right now outside of Trey Smith, who's kind of meh. You need to be able to get this guy. What say you, Sheer?
Yeah. He's really good. He's probably that missing piece for the defensive line in terms of being able to get to the quarterback. To me, he's probably away from the center, he's probably the number one priority in the portal for Arizona. He's really good. He's proven, local kid. Yeah, big deal.
Yes, we would take him. Now, I am still very, very worried about the defensive line. Listen, I know you love Chuba.
You should be worried.
Oh, by the way, BBN on tomorrow. Was that one of your biggest L's ever?
No.
That was a bad one, dude. That was an awful loss.
No.
You thought Chuba and BBN were kind of the same.
I just listen to what people tell me. I am a trusting individual. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I didn't. But I don't know. I don't think Chuba's very good. I like Isaiah Johnson, but he can't stay healthy. And you don't really Chase Kennedy. I like the theory of Chase Kennedy. He's also 206 pounds. You need to be able to get more linemen.
I think they know that.
And not just guys that are from like Eastern Presbyterian or whatever. I need to be able to get guys that I think are probably good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a situation where I think they are very well aware that they need guys on both lines. But you got to get them. Being aware and getting them are different things. The portal here is going to open up again in terms of visitors, not the portal, but the dead period is going to be lifted here in a day. Arizona is going to bring in more visitors until January 12th, try to get them committed and on campus before school starts. So we'll see what happens. These next 12 days are going to be pretty big for Arizona.
Yes, they are going to be big, especially if you're looking to build a national title contender. Now, listen, Portland Timbers, the great Portland Timbers, says Chase Kennedy was maybe the only transfer who exceeded expectations. Land K-Mac and Kennedy is a great third option. I agree with that. I don't want him starting necessarily, but if you get K-Mac, then I think is that how it's pronounced, K-Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yes, Roy Samuelson.
He makes a good point. Portland makes a good point in the sense that Kennedy isn't bad. Trey Smith isn't bad. You don't want him as your 1 and 2. If you have him as your 2 and 3 or you're 3 and 4, you're in great shape.
All right, Hans Gruber, who's being a goober right now. He says, speak into existence. Arizona's a football school, never been to the college football playoffs or the Rose Bowl. Hey,
But
buddy.
you know what? They should have been. They've been robbed a few times.
And Hans, by the way, or Hans, by the way, Arizona has a top 5 finish in college football in more recent years than ASU. So take that. Boom.
Wop, wop, wop.
That is called a mic drop, a wop, wop, wop drop. Okay. Wop, wop, wop drop. All right. Now, what is the so what else do we need to know, Shearer, as far as Arizona football recruiting?
Center.
Marquise Groves
center.
Killebrew is center. Yeah. Are they going to look for a center or no?
Yeah, that is probably their number one priority in this. They're going to have multiple centers visit campus. There's a few they've already offered. CJ James is probably the top name right now.
Who is he and what does he want?
He probably wants money, but he's good. He actually started at New Mexico with Danny Gonzalez as the head coach. So there's a connection there.
Right.
He's the guy. I think he's the number one target.
Yes. All right. So you take him as all right. But either way, I need not only that year, I need multiple centers.
Yeah.
Because I can't go in. We don't have any centers really on the team right now. So yes, I need that. That's what I need, Sheer. Period. Point blank.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about. Oh, by the way, this back the A thing. I've had multiple people ask me where I got this. I did not make this. Just so you know. There's a lot of people who think I did. I did not make it. Oh, hey, Roy Samuelson. Chuba. Could Chuba play center?
Yes.
Chuba did play center in the past. Lamont Lovett is a massive Chuba fan. A huge Chuba fan. And a huge Chuba fan. And Chuba did play center in the past. Is there any possibility of that?
I'll ask the streets. I'll see.
Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, But although when you have a guy as impactful as Chuba, can you really take him off of the line?
Listen, you're being very mean to Chuba.
No, I'm not being mean. You were being mean to ADO.
I call it like I see it.
And I call it like I see it too. And we know what we saw last year.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I like the living room. I tend to agree with you, Dennis Walsh. But right now, all right, kickers. We're gonna go with Salgado.
I don't think they're bringing in any kickers. Salgado, Medina is probably gonna be the guy, but I'll double check. I'll ask.
You know who they should have offered?
That kid that went to NAU.
Tyler Nolan, baby.
I'm so happy he got NAU.
Dude, when we pushed that stuff, he started getting offers. Colgate, we make dreams come true around here. This Tyler Warden, or not Tyler Warden, that's the great Tyler, or Tyler Nolan, a kid from Poosh Ridge. Would GM, yeah, what do you mean? That's where he's from.
Poosh Ridge.
Yeah. That's what it's called, Poosh Ridge.
Push Ridge. Definitely not Poosh. Definitely not Poosh Ridge.
Poosh Ridge. All right. Well, either way. This kid, I give this guy so much credit because this guy would DM us literally every single day with his highlights saying about how much he wanted to play at Arizona. So finally I messaged Skier and I'm like, you know what? We need to push this one out there a little bit. We need to push this one out there a little bit and see what we can do for the kid. He got an offer from, was it Colgate or Cornell?
Cornell, I think.
Yeah, and now I think if I'm not mistaken, didn't he put out a tweet where he said 100% committed, #blessed to NAU?
Yeah, he's going to NAU. He's going to be
exactly.
thorn in our side for years to come.
I'm gonna laugh my butt off when this guy becomes like an NFL type kicker, and we discovered him.
We're so good at that. There's so many players we discover.
I mean, there really are a lot of guys that we discover. Poosh, yeah, Poosh. Cash is most definitely not. Is Cash Peterman the Instagram phenomenon? Or
TikTok, yeah.
Oh, TikTok. And he gets money from that?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe we should have him on the show.
We should have him on the show. Oh, hey, we need to work on that. Did you ever message?
I did, but I didn't get a response. We'll try. They're having a ton of kids on campus. It may not be the best week.
Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about the tight end a little bit, though, because Ben White obviously wants to talk about this. Ben White is going to be on the show on Thursday, by the way. TikTok. Ben White is going to be on the show on Thursday, so we might as well talk a little tight end. Kellen Ford. He's good. What are the chances that Kellen Ford is your starting tight end next year?
I think there's a decent chance. I really do. Inline tight end. They like him a lot. Yeah, there's definitely a
And he's good too. He's not an OKG.
No, he's legit. He chose Arizona over Washington and UCLA. He's legit.
Yes, exactly. Colgate versus NAU. I'll take the Colgate education. Dennis Walsh, maybe that's why you're merely a lawyer flying around the city and stuff. Yeah, cool.
The tight end room's going to be interesting because I assume Barmore will stay.
Ben was said that immediately when we were talking about it.
Like you got to wonder, is like Miranda and Powell going to be here after the spring? Like if he doesn't use them, so that's going to be something to watch.
Right. Let's see here. Poosh Ridge Christian Academy is the reason DOJC closed the Department of Justice.
I don't know what that means.
Catalina Mountain School. What does this mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, who is this Tim Daniel guy, by the way? I got people that ask me who Tim Daniel is. I got to read it. I do a very bad job of reading things first and then settle down, and then you can go. Mario Mesa, the great Mario Mesa, says, did you guys see CFA Tim Daniel saying Arizona has the worst TP in the country? Who is this guy? Toilet paper? I wouldn't doubt that at all.
So I was talking to one of the SIDs, our friend, one of the SIDs, the one we like. Okay. And we're convinced Tim Daniel's AI.
I agree with that.
We don't think he's a real person.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've had probably 5 or 6 people ask me who Tim Daniel is, and I look him up. I have no clue. Nobody's ever met him.
He said he's been to games but never seen him. He's never applied for credential. None of that.
Mario Mesa transfer portal. Okay, TP. I thought toilet paper. No, I'm like, man,
you want us to start transfer portal in the country? That's stupid.
Yeah, that is an AI. That is an AI person. Yeah, he's got 2 first names exactly.
Yeah. I don't think he's real.
I think he is. We should actually put out a poll that says, "Is this guy real or is he AI?" and just see what happens.
Yeah.
He claims to be an Arizona alumni. Well, I can claim to be an Arizona. Well, I am an Arizona alumni.
We know people in the past that have claimed to be Arizona alumni.
Yes, we do, Chief. There it is. Yes, exactly. All right, now, we have bad news for everybody. We will be off tomorrow because it is New Year's. I will be watching games. Everybody needs to be rooting for BBN. You are rooting for BBN tomorrow, right, Sheer?
Yeah, I'm not rooting for ASU. What kind of silly question is that?
There you go. BBN, baby. BBN. Do you think BBN might do like a back the A thing or whatever? If
I'm going to DM. You should DM him.
Yes, exactly. Stolen alumni valor. Yes, exactly. Not hitting the like now. Why not? Hit the like right now, please, please.
What, hey, is Roy rooting for ASU?
Yeah, what is the term again that Shelby came up with? Bring me your tired, cold, hungry people or whatever it is, and hit the like button.
She didn't make it up, but yeah. Yes, because exactly. We're not having a show tomorrow.
No show tomorrow.
Mike gets crazy on New Year's Eve.
No, I do. I'm very, very important here. I will be sitting on my couch. All right. On that note, though, Skier, where can they find you doing? Oh, Roy Samuelson. Come on, Roy Samuelson. Hey, I'll tell you what. We did 2 shows yesterday. Come on.
You never know.
Twin Mama said Shelby didn't make that up. Correct. But what is the exact phrase again?
Bring me your cold, hungry children.
That sounds like you're going to eat them.
Shelby said it's on the Statue of Liberty. We just found that out.
What does it say again?
What is it, Shelby? She said now she's under pressure. She doesn't know.
It's bring me your cold, hungry children. I'm going to eat them.
Yeah.
What is? Let's see here.
Bring me your cold, hungry children to back the A.
Yes, exactly. To back the A.
Right on the bottom of the Statue of Liberty.
Yes. All right. Now, Skira is going to be on the post game against Cincinnati. Very excited. Very, very excited. Okay, Skira, where can they find you doing your stuff?
WildcatAuthority.com. We have a 50% off sale for the next few days. Sign up now in the Wildcat Scoop podcast with my lovely wife, Ms. Shelby K.
Hey, by the way, Tim Daniels has that sports account, and to himself, I'll DM you details, Mike. Yeah, thanks. Also, I got Sheer a subscriber yesterday, and it was one of the most. I said, my guy, David said, should I sign up for Wildcat Authority? And I said, it's good. I like it. Boom. Making it happen. Bringing out the tired, hungry masses. Yes. Okay. All right. So on that note, though. Everybody have a very happy New Year's. We very much appreciate all of you. You are all fantastic. We love you. 215 lives today. Very much appreciate it. Also, everybody hit the like button and subscribe. Pass the word
You guys
along.
are told.
And if possible, is there a way to just like keep the YouTube thing on loop so that we can get those 3,000 views so we can start doing the
I think that's illegal, but we're going to try it.
Yes, exactly. We are going to try to game the system on this show. We are fully admitting.
We're going to be like Kendrick right now. We're just going to.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. All right. All right. On that note, though, not like a whop, 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 whop. Rabbit hole, go deep.
Mike, just remember, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe.
Oh, I thought it was hungry masses.
The same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Everybody out there, you guys are fantastic. I apologize. There will be no show tomorrow, but we will be going for the foreseeable future. Shout out Andy Bryant, by the way. Get better with your surgery, my man. All right. For Jason L. Shear, for the lovely Shelby L. Shear, for Cody James Martin, I am merely Mike Luke. You have been listening to the AZ12 podcast.